For this union, our focus has always been on a structure of a delegate. The concept of an activist is taking it to a broader type of theory about the workplace rights.
What does it feel like for you? This is where we're talking to you about your expectations.
Empower workers and maybe share ideas about how to do that.
The struggle must continue.
We came up with the smell of welding.
Welding, the smell of coffee. Why coffee?
Our union needs delegates and activists who are continually learning.
The activist program has really helped me to realise the potential that I have to be an agent of change.
The program is awesome. It's fantastic to meet other people who are interested in creating change.
Often what productivity is about is driving people in a way that doesn't involve them in the process, and certainly not one that creates dignity.
The resistance will survive again.
I think one of my favourite bits was the globalisation presentation. It was really good to learn that it hasn't just evolved naturally, that this is something that's been put in place, which means that it can be modified.
Things actually don't just happen organically. And it's a message for unions in how we do our jobs and how we actually be a part of real change.
To effect change, one must participate.
Given that one of our principles is participation,
The Activist Development Program is an addition to the delegate education we already provide.
what are some ideas?
The program adopts active learning practices and is focused on developing our members as workplace rights activists.
I've been organising, agitating for to make some change. He has.
This program's given me that expansion of what activism is about.
It's certainly changed the way that I think about employee rights.
Graham was sacked over the telephone at 5:15 one afternoon.
Well, I've been posting posters, writing letters, threatening with arrest. He has.
We had a blue-collar workforce that settled on an agreement, and we had a white-collar workforce that was still out bargaining out on the grass trying to achieve a better outcome. That was the situation for Graham, where he received some information that landed on his desk, forwarded on to the union office, and what we discovered during this time was council was actually tracking his emails.
But if they're treating you politely, then you ain't done nothing yet. Hey.
The normal industrial reaction would be that Graham gets reinstated. That's not what this campaign was about. We had industrial avenues we were going down to see if we could achieve that.
This is a freedom of association. The right to be part of a group that you identify with incorporates the right to be a representative and be protected in that role.
Cause you can grumble to your own self, you're never gonna change it. If you care not to think it, then you've gotta learn to say it.
Not the union, not the delegate,
It was
but
all
the
about
person.
Challenging concept for us just because we've never done it before.
So it was running a campaign that wasn't tightly managed, running a campaign where you're saying, well, if you're supporting these principles, go for it.
So Jen, when would it come to an end?
We did that up front. We said the end date is the week of activism when we run the case.
Right, okay.
Now it's just they take so friggin' long to do. I was hoping that was in March.
If they haven't got nothing, then you ain't done nothing yet.
This comprehensive program includes 6 full-day workshops, development and delivery of an action project, and development of recommendations for future action.
When you're developing a plan for your campaign, it's really something that you can't do on your own. And unless people are committed when the going gets tough, they might not be there. But if you had them there from the start, involved in the plan, they're going to be at your side for the duration of that campaign. So you need to build that commitment.
The project was extremely important to my development and learning.
I just feel more confident in approaching conversations with management.
Tactics.
Establish a network of contacts across the 3 sites.
Relationships, who knows one another.
Yeah, we talked about relationship mapping because it wasn't clear from the information where those 4 or 5 members were and if they were all at one site.
But we went with the dignity one as well. We support those to keep their dignity, help us keep ours.
So that dignity theme's coming through, and again, it's a really good one.
The on-the-ground support that participants received from their organiser was central to the success of this program.
Staying on the task.
Local organisers attended the training workshops and were available as a key resource for all participants.
I've been on the TV saying things rednecks they don't like. He has.
If you're going to take one thing away from the program, what will it be?
Trying to be a better listener.
That there are other people like me out there, and all you need to do is really connect with them.
But if they think they're gonna beat me, then they're choosing a losing fight.
Okay, do we have the first speaker for the positive? That change is a good and necessary thing.
The universe and the world that we live in is constantly changing. Without it, the world would not work. I've certainly developed the ability to talk and communicate with fellow workers. Change is a good thing. Change is necessary.
Is change for the sake of change good? Think of the old saying, if it ain't broke, then don't fix it.
The changes that are really positive in our lives today. Education.
Has change been good for the Labor Party recently? Constant changes of membership? Emphatically not.
We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter, we've got so many other avenues of communication. Isn't necessarily a good thing.
The first speaker on the positive side said that the universe is changing necessary, including the air we breathe. Well, the air's polluted. Is it such a necessary that you have to change? Probably not.
We've got young people now that will talk to their friends on Facebook rather than actually go meet them face to face.
And the final speaker for the positive.
If workers had not fought for change, we wouldn't have regulated hours of work, we wouldn't have sick leave, annual leave with loading.
The resistance will survive alive with a definite function.
So we decided that the winner, only by a slight margin, is the opposing team.
Trialling this new education program has allowed us to test something totally different.
I think it should definitely continue. I think it should be an annual project.
Definitely set me on the path of where I want to be heading, and that is involved more with the unionism.
Investing in workers who have the tools and competencies to carry on activism. That's the union I want to belong to.
I think it's a great way to create change from the bottom up.